Trap Media USA, like, share, subscribe. It's been a minute, man. It's very few in this boxing game that don't get emotionally attached to boxers. I feel like that's one of the biggest issues, and even why you would see me get censored on certain places because I just don't have an attachment to any boxer. I feel like anybody can get critique and nobody is above critique. Boots, I think his size and his ability to switch is kind of like the crossover in basketball, like somebody with a nice handle. Or you might even came up with somebody with a solid handle, but they couldn't like finish. Like you could lock them up, but they handle look nice, and everybody, oh wow, oh shit, like bro, he ain't score. And it's the same thing I see with Boots. If you pay attention to his last few fights, he's really a dirty fighter because those aren't like real power shots. He's punching guys on like the top back temple of the head, which is a dirty punch. When it happened to Wilder, everybody is free and open. Oh man, Fury hit Wilder with a dirty shot. And when it happens to your favorite fighter, you'll be the first one saying, like, man, that's a dirty shot, man. That boy Boots is dirty. But nobody is saying it now because the fighters he's doing it to. He did it to Delorme and he did it to Clayton. And that's not real power. Like that's not what Tank is doing to guys. That's not what Wilder was doing to guys. Boots, I watched him against Lipinets, hit Lipinets with clean shots, and Lipinets was still coming forward. So the first thing that I would say is overrated about Boots is his power. He, does that ground, you hear him doing all that, but I don't really see anything thudding about it. Like, I think he'll be, when he does get his stoppages, if he does at the higher level, it'll be based on placement, but I don't think it's just that he can kind of catch you anywhere and put you down because I just really go back and watch that Lipinets fight and you'll see what I'm talking about. And then really go back and watch the Clayton and Delorme when he dropped him and then I think he finished him after dropping him or when hitting him with the dirty punch. So he's a dirty fighter to me. Trav FDY. Boot stopped Spence within 6 rounds. What's good? Shout out to the legend, Trav FDY. But Trav, look, I don't think he stopped Spence. I think Boots is a hype job. I haven't like you seen those punches were dirty, bro. Like he punched Clayton in the back of the head and he punched Delorme in the back of the head. Make sure y'all go subscribe to Trav FDY. One of the legends, been doing it for a long time. His bets been always on point, and he's been one of the few that's always been out the box and not afraid to call out dirty fighters if you're not in the clean boxing program. Trav, is Boots in the clean boxing program? That's something I ain't heard. I ain't heard from you, Trav. Get on him. Yeah, so I don't know if Boots is in the clean boxing program. I know he's very big for the weight class. I know he's very good, man. Appreciate you and all the content. Been tuning in for years, man. Legend. Legend. I don't know if he's in the clean boxing program. He's very big for the weight class. He said he can go up to as high as 168. Yeah, I think he's ranked by the WBC. Okay, I gotta go look because the WBC been kind of lax with the drug testing. So I gotta go look because I know Jamel said they wasn't getting tested a lot, and then I know they let dude slide who just fought Shakur. So I gotta go check into what's Boo's status. But I just think he's overrated. I don't think he beats Crawford. I don't think he beats Spence. I think he beats Thurman. And I definitely think he gets smoked at 54. I'm just not impressed by Boots right now. And I think him calling out Crawford is corny too, like trying to say Crawford only likes to fight in the southpaw stance. But when you look at Boots' fight, most of his fight and his effectiveness comes from the southpaw stance. He keeps saying that he can fight a whole fight from the orthodox stance, but I haven't seen that yet. You doing the same thing Crawford is doing. but you getting in these interviews and hating on Crawford. But for somebody that is really right-handed, but I fight from the southpaw stance, he's number three. I guess you saying he number three overall or number three in the WBC? I mean, no, he's number three. Yeah, I guess you probably saying the welterweight division. I guess you can say that right now, but it's kind of like just getting back going for real. Like it's like the tail end. Sean Porter gone. Thurman, we missed his prime because he went on a spiritual journey. Danny Garcia moved up to 54. Oh, you saying in the WBC? Okay, okay. So I guess he is getting tested. I'm not really trying to attack him on that part. I just don't think he is good as people say, Trey. That's all the thing I'm saying. I just don't. I'm not enamored when I see him in the ring. I I I was kind of excited and hyped when I seen a lot of those highlights like early on, and he was doing all the flashy stuff in the ring. But the more and more I see him step up in competition, the less impressed I am. So I haven't seen it yet. I don't think the Rashidi Ellis fight is it. I don't know why people keep hyping up. I got Danny losing that. Nah, not to Benavidez. Come on, try to Benavidez. Benavidez is garbage. Like he got a gift at his. Did you see the fight in Phoenix? The fight in Phoenix was horrible. Benavidez got whooped by some no name dude in the homecoming fight. So I think Danny could be solid because of his power. I think he needs to stay away from guys like Tony Harrison. But I think he probably could upset a Fondora. I do. I think because Fondora come forward style is perfect for Danny, and I don't think Danny is a guy you could just sit in front of, which just plowing through like a bulldozer. Like Spence kind of kept his distance. I was just watching that fight. He kept his distance from Danny. He worked strategically inside, whereas Fondora kind of just puts his head down and come forward. And I think that's perfect for a guy like Danny. So I think in the right matchups, yeah, he ain't hungry anymore. I don't know, man. Danny one of those. I just want to see it. I think his power always give him a chance. I think he one of them that late in his career he'll still have like a big win that surprises everybody, maybe beating a young guy or something like that. So I'm not totally counting Danny out, but I'm just saying the welterweight division isn't as strong as it was a few years. It's wide open for Boots. Like everybody trying to hype up Rashidi Ellis right now. Ellis ain't shit. He went pro before Spence and he ain't done nothing with his career. So I don't understand all of this hype. Oh, Speedy Rashidi, we was hype on Speedy Rashidi like 3, 4 years ago. And niggas acting like he like some new, something special. Like this is not a new guy. Like 147 probably won't pop again until those guys from 47 move up. And by that time, Boots will be at 54. So I don't think we get Spence Boots. I don't think we get Bud Boots at 47, and we probably don't really see Boots tested. Matter of fact, I'm gonna say this: I think Mean Machine and Virgil Ortiz probably is Boots' toughest fights at 147. Mean Machine and Virgil Ortiz. I want to see him because I think once he faces a guy with power that he doesn't catch with one of those dirty shots that can, kind of absorb his weight and what he's bringing. And I think those are the two guys to do it. I think Mean Machine and Virgil Ortiz. So it's gonna be a little bit before we get to see that. I think we'll still see Boots, beat up the bums and stuff like that. Even the Keith Thurman fight, Keith's not there anymore. But I want to see him versus Mean Machine or Virgil, and that will be probably his biggest test at 47. Maybe Danyar, the IBO champion. Maybe him. I got to see a little bit more from him. He a gold medalist. I like how he stopped in Dongo, but I got to go dig in his tapes a little bit more to see if he could really test Boots. But you definitely gonna need some power. But Boots is not this Roy Jones, this all-time video game type fighter. He's a good solid fighter that's getting pushed up like an all-time great. And the only thing I'm saying is let Boots earn it. That's it. Let him earn it. And thus far, let's get out of these flashy highlights. Let's get out of the fact that he switched, and let's really analyze what we're seeing in the ring. What we're seeing in the ring at this point is nothing really spectacular. He's a dirty fighter, back-to-back fights, punching guys in the back of the head. And I'm waiting on some fight. I think Uga's trainer just called it out. I'm waiting on more people to call it out before the fight so the referee can start penalizing him for doing these things, because you're taller than everybody else, so you're always going to have that shot. And if he's going to keep doing that and getting away with it, I mean, guys just won't have a chance. But it's not like he's just so great or something like that. I'm just tired of this great, oh, boots. Oh, let them prove it. That's the only thing I'm saying. Trap Media USA, like, share, subscribe. Make sure you go check out my guy Trav FDY. Always on point with his bets. One of the pioneers in this lane, especially in my generation of YouTube boxing. Always speaking his mind, and that's what we about over here. Calling out the bullshit. Always speaking our mind and not becoming, fanboys to the point we can't be objective about a fighter. Like, share, subscribe. I'm out.